This is Ken with the Black and Yellow Garage. This is a Explorer with the 4.6 V8. This car came in with a slight tapping sound and little sounded like a little puff going back into the intake. I thought it might have a sticking valve, sticking lifter. So we put some seafoam in it and just let it idle for a little while. I did change out the spark plugs on 2, 5, 6, and 7, and the vehicle was having a tough time maintaining an idle, so the new plugs seemed to help that. Added the seafoam, let it idle for a while. Thought I just would take it for a short test drive to see if it would help loosen up whatever was stuck. What I thought at the time, you know, there was two paths to go down. I could have either brought it in the shop, taken the valve cover off to see what was going on, or try the seafoam and go for a little test drive. Well, took the wrong turn. What happened here was this thing ended up throwing a valve. I would imagine the valve spring was broken in there, and ended up breaking the spring, the keeper, and the valve eventually dropped into the cylinder. I guess the rocker probably fell off. Got in there, was banging on top of the valve, and busted up everything. So the valve ended up dropping in the cylinder, and it has gone through the piston. So we're going to swap this motor. This is something I'm going to have to eat. Got a new motor for used motor for $650. Gonna do the labor end of it for free for the customer. This vehicle had 182,000 miles on it. Just so happened that valve situation happened on my watch. You know, it's one of those judgment calls that caused a engine failure on my part on my watch. So I feel real bad. I'm going to eat the labor on this one. The customer is going to pay for the engine. So as a mechanic, sometimes this happens. I feel real bad about it. But the only thing I could do is just eat the labor on it. This guy's going to get a used motor with 165,000 miles on it. And unfortunately, if I had taken the other path and taken the valve cover off, I probably would have seen the broken spring and could have replaced that for